Welcome back to the Director's Garage. I am your host and resident idiot, Michael, and I hope you enjoyed that electrostatic shootout we did last time, and a reminder to check out the Director's Garage sale in the comments below this video. That's where I list the gear that I'm selling. Now, I try to keep the prices competitive. I wish I could just give this stuff away, but I need more subscribers. In fact, subscribe to the Director's Garage and be a part of this fun community. Now today, folks, we have my first blind what's in the box of season 2. So excited, and it comes to us from our fine friends at Audio46.com. Folks, Audio46 is your personal audio superstore. They have everything you could possibly want for your headphone obsession, like the noble Audio Focus Mystique. In my opinion, the best sounding true wireless IEM on the market today. And the Enlium HPA23RM, the latest from what was the former Bakun. And you know how much I love that amp. Now, Audio46 is a local brick and mortar store in New York City. You're supporting a local business, and here is the best part. At checkout, if you use the coupon code Director's Garage, all one word, you can knock an extra 5% off most of the gear they carry. They ship fast and free, and you're helping out this channel by giving a little bit of love back to the Director's Garage. Okay, here's how it works. Audio46 sends me a package. This package right here. It could be a $500 package or a $5,000 product. We open it live right here. It's some live action for you. We check out what's inside and we give this thing a first listen. These are my very favorite episodes to do. And with that, it's time to grip it and rip it. If the button is pushed, there's no running away. There'll be no one to save the world in a grave. You got that one? That's Eve of Destruction by Barry McGuire. The song was written by P.F. Sloan and produced by the great Lou Adler. Amazing track. Now let's see if Audio46 is on the right track with what they sent right here in this box. I think we're just about there. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Wow. Another box. Oh, do you see this? It's the Yamaha and it's the YH-5000 SE. Yes, folks, it's the YH-5000 SE. Booyah! This is freaking amazing. God, what a headphone this is. This is an open back. It's a planar magnetic. This headphone is drawing raves all over the industry, and we're going to get to check it out right now. Live Audio46 comes through for us again. First, let's take a deeper dive in and see what's in the package. God, I'm so excited to see what the heck is in this box. This, folks, I have been just jonesing to hear this headphone, and I missed Can Jam last year, so I didn't get a chance to even check them out, even look at them. Okay, let's see what we got here. We got a white card, and oh my God, look at all this. Look at all this nonsense. This is crazy. It's like, okay, yeah, it looks like this whole thing's got to come up. Whoop, it just kind of slips right out there. I think we're down to it, and oh, wow, okay. All right, now it's getting serious. Check this out. Felt covered box. This is nuts. So cool. Check this out. Okay, so it's got a little sticker here that says Yamaha. We're going to break this seal, and we're going to see what's under. Oh, another Yamaha sticker. Boy, we're going nuts with the stickers, folks. Okay, and then we'll pull this back, and oh, nice embroidered Yamaha logo right there. It's kind of a linen feeling box here. I think we're in for something special. Let's see what's down on the next layer. Oh, there they are. There they are, right off the top. Oh, look at these things. God, they're light. Guys, these things are super, super light. Oh man, they're like light like you would expect like a $300 headphone to be light. This is crazy. Check out this mechanism right here. This is how you shorten or tighten them but I don't see, oh, it's the band. See the band slides. So you see it's the band right here that kind of determines the height of the headphone. The cup itself stays stationary. This crazy little slider button determines the height of the headphone itself. Everything else, the headphone is married to this band here. All right, before I go too much further, let's check out what else is in this box. You get a massive, thick, robust cable. This is a great weave. It's like a 8x4 weave. Very, very thick, very nice. Pentacon connector, and I love to see this 3.5 mono jacks on the side. I honestly think headphone manufacturers need to go to straight 3.5mm or just adopt the Audeze standard that everybody else is using right now, and enough of this proprietary stuff. So kudos to Yamaha for that. So yeah, you get this nifty little snap, and that appears to be, oh, down below, party in the bottom of the box. Check this out. Okay, you get extra ear pads, lovely. Same exact cable as the other one as far as thickness. It's the same. A lot of times on the secondary cable, they chintz out and they give you something like shorter, or it's not as thick or not as nice. This is a full 1/4-inch termination with the same 3.5 jacks and this nifty little snap dealio to keep it organized. Back on the box side, you've got these suede ear pads to check those out if you want. And there seems to be something in the lid too. Hold on. Looking back at the lid, here's the lid of it, and if you flip it over, there's another party up here, and it's all kinds of documentation. You get the orthodynamic, here's the manual, here's some care tips, it looks like, and then you get a little booklet here on how to use your headphone and change the ear pads out. Very handy. I like to see this kind of documentation. Not all headphone manufacturers do it. This is a welcomed addition. So looking good so far. I gotta give them compliments on the packaging. This is one of the better packaging jobs I've seen. Back on the headphone, now I mentioned they were light. The reason they're so light is that this is all plastic, folks, and then there's a thin metal or mesh grate right here, and then some kind of reflective, very thin screen on the inside. I can see the reflection maybe right there. You see it? Kind of mysterious. I kind of like it. And then you get this orange bit over here. This is where the cable goes in on each side. On the top of these things, you can see there's an R and an L on each side, so you know which side to plug your cable into. And there's an accompanying right and left right here on the jack. You can't get that all messed up. Yeah, the right goes right into the right, and then the left on the other side. These things have a nice fit, and then you put these things on it. Oh my God, these things are light, folks. Very, very light. So interesting, so interesting. All right, I think it's time we got to give these things a first listen. Check them out and see how they do. Let's head into a director's garage sound impression. Sound impression. Now, I'm going to confess up front, I have no idea what to expect from these things. So I'm going to start off with some bassy stuff, and I'm going to go to Dire Straits down here. The album I'm going to go to is Communique, and we're going to listen to Once Upon a Time in the West. And I love the long cable. Love it. Good clarity right off the gate. Really clear. Okay, there's great bass. There's good solid bass on these things. It's like right off the top, you're hearing that. There's a really good image on these things. I'm hearing stuff all over the place. It really is fabulous, and it seems reasonably wide. It seems to me like this might be playing it a little bit safe on the top and the upper frequencies. I don't feel like this is opening up on the top end like, say, the Caldera or the Susvara. But there is great image going on right now. One of the best images I've ever heard. They are fantastic in that regard. I mean, the tonality seems right there. These have a really nice bottom end. Mid-range is a little on the forward side. Might be a little honky on Knopfler's voice, I can't tell. I'm really hypnotized, though, by Knopfler's guitar. There's two different guitars going on. You've got a main rhythm guitar, and then you've got this kind of accenty fill guitar, and then in the middle, you've got the solo guitar, which has got all the echo on it. Really quite a presentation on this headphone. I mean, it's a great song to begin with, but this is impressive. I like what's going on here, for sure. I'm not quite sold on the vocals yet. I want to go to a vocalist. We're going to go to Diana Krall. That's what we're going to do. Oh, let's hear something from The Look of Love. In fact, let's go to the title track off of this. God, the piano sounds great. I like, this is a wide sound stage. These things sound very deep. I mean, they're intimate in one sense, but it's almost like the harmonics. I talk a lot about harmonics on this show. I'm getting a lot of resonance that's going very wide. It's very nice, and it's a full sound, very thick. Strings. Let's hear her vocal. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. These things are great with, this is like a jazz headphone. But it's a winning tuning to me. This is like a very winning tuning. It's definitely got that, see, in my first impression, I thought maybe the top end's got a little bit of roll off. This song doesn't sound like it's got roll off at all. Definitely a mid-forward presentation, though. I like it. It's great for vocals. I'm impressed with these things as hell, though. It's a very interesting presentation. It certainly has caught my attention, and I can't ask much more from that out of the gate. All right, I want to throw something harder at this, so I'm going to go to some Black Crowes, and I'm going to go to Southern Harmony Musical Companion, and let's check out Sting Me, which has got a great opening part to it. The guitar, and then it fills in, and the whole band just kind of joins in. I never get tired of hearing this open. Ah, the claps. Beautiful resonance. These things are fast. Oh, it just started coming in right now. It's just a complete package in the shape of the sound right here. We've got to hear Chris Robinson's vocal. Just got stank. Man, this is like great FM radio from like the 80s and 90s. Like, just rocking. Okay, so these things can rock. We figured that out. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the Director's Garage. Yeah, I'm really liking what I'm hearing. I'm going to pause for a second. I want to talk about a couple of things right here, okay? First of all, I want to talk about the build, because the one thing that I would say about this, that, the build quality on a $5,000 headphone, there is a lot of plastic here, and that's kind of has struck me off the bat. But it is keeping things light. So although these things are plastic, almost a nylon, they feel like. I don't think these are magnesium. Maybe it is magnesium. That would be something if these things are magnesium. I'm going to have to look them up. We'll look them up in a bit. I already know the price of these things. These things go about $5,000, and on a $5,000 headphone, these aren't like substantial. You don't feel like you're getting all that much just listening to it, just putting them on, You've got a flimsy-ish kind of headband up here. It doesn't like reek of like the highest quality standards I would imagine. So I'm a little confused as to what the build of these things are. They feel like plastic, but now the more I'm feeling them, this could be magnesium. That's what's keeping them light, which would be impressive, because then you start justifying that $5,000 price tag. It seems to be like there's a sound stage that's very diverse. Like I'm getting a lot of layers, and speed is really impressive on these things the deeper I'm going. The one thing I'm hearing is a potential honk in the mids, and that's going to take a full review for me to suss out and find out if it's really there, or is it something that I'm just kind of hearing. It's not as pronounced on the Chris Robinsons, and Diana Krall was a little less, but there's a little peaky in there. It was definitely, something was was funky in the Dire Straits track that I listened to. But you know I got to do myself a bass track, and I'm going to go to Los Lobos. You know that's going to be the Kiko album, and you know I got to go for Dreamin' Blue because it's just crazy. This is the best. Oh, my God. Oh, these things slam. There's a lot of slam here. It's so rich and robust. The other thing I want to talk about is efficiency. I'm barely cracking the Bakun, and these things are driving well. So these are a very efficient headphone. It's a lot like the Caldera, and I'm really impressed. Very impressed. And the Caldera would be a natural thing to listen to these against. I'd like to hear them against the LCD-4. We're going to be doing some comparisons when we do the full review of these things. They're so impressive. I'm really impressed with what I'm hearing. There's a lot of sensation, and I really like that in this headphone. I'm getting a lot of senses are being satisfied at once. I'm getting a lot of the detail I like to hear. I'm getting that deep bass down low. The mid-range is like it is forward, and I'm just trying to determine the honk level on the mids, but generally speaking, it's hard to pick these apart too much. This is a winning headphone for sure. Oh. When Dreamin' Blue breaks down, there's a lot of different percussion, like bells and bongos and a bunch of stuff, and they just roll. And this thing just gave me a nice placement as the percussion rolled around the stage. It's really interesting, very good. I'm going to slow it down now. I'm going to go to Gene Harris. One of my all-time favorite albums and favorite tracks from Gene is this all-star tribute to Count Basie, and the song we're going to listen to is called Night Mist Blues. And this is a sweet song. Folks, get yourself this album. This album is spectacular. And I love it because the tracks alternate between up-tempo and kind of laid-back, cool sound. It's a beautiful record. Wonderfully recorded. And he's got swing, just amazing. This is what I like to hear in a headphone, man. There's tons of detail. You know what this is? It's so good, so good. I can listen all night. I'm going to pause right here now. I'm going to pause right here because we can't go on too long on this show. I'm getting killed for doing longer shows. We're going to keep these things reasonable. What this headphone reminds me of is it's like the LCD-5 with a ton of bass. That's what I'm hearing out of this thing, right out of the gate. That's like my initial impression. It's the LCD-5, which has got tons and tons of detail, great image, even a wider stage, I would say, than the 5, and then killer bass, like the LCD-4 level bass. And as long as we're here, I'm going to go over to the computer real quick. I do want to verify what these things are made of. Large housing? These things are tiny, folks, by comparison to my other headphones. Japanese-made, stainless steel. Okay, that's the headband. That's this part up here. Magnesium body. These things are magnesium. That's where the money jumps up. Making stuff out of magnesium is not cheap. So the construction is better than I think. It just doesn't feel like these things are super expensive. They feel kind of like a cheaper pair of headphones, I gotta be honest. But if they're magnesium like they say they are, and I have no reason to doubt them, of course, you're getting some value there with the construction materials. Just not weighty, like these don't have shades of the LCD-4. You're going to be able to wear these things all day, which is probably a really good positive. Your $5,000 headphone, you can wear them all day long. That's nice. They just don't feel like they're I don't feel like, oh, I've got to be careful with these. I feel like, let's just throw on a pair of headphones and listen to some music. I also love that these things are super easy to drive. These things are barely ticking 10% on the amp. These things are just lighting up like crazy. They sound great. I can't wait to do a deep dive into this YH-5000 SE. I don't know where they get this from, but it's like everything's got to be 1,000. We've got the X9000. There's all kinds of thousands, and these are the YH-5000 SE. You know we're going to do a full review right here. In the meantime, yeah, subscribe to the Director's Garage so you don't miss any of this action. It won't cost you a thing, and your dog is going to love you for it, man.
Okay.
All right, whatever. Okay, next up, we're finally doing it, folks. My full review of the Dan Clark Audio Expanse. I've been putting this review off for months. I'm finally going to share my thoughts on Dan Clark's flagship open back planer. So thanks for stopping by today. Give this episode a thumbs up if you enjoyed our first look at the Yamaha YH-5000 SE. I got the name right. Or you can do the other thing if you'd rather see me frozen in carbonite. I can't say I blame you either way, and I'm going to see you before you know it.